Hey everybody, welcome to the Cannabis Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a lemon cheesecake, kinda? So we're going to be infusing this cheesecake with a cannabis infused sugar that we are going to be making from a cannabis infused tincture. So to start, we are going to be using a tincture that is 10 milligrams of THC per milliliter, and we're going to be cutting our cheesecake into 10 slices, and we're going to be aiming for 20 milligrams of THC per slice. This means that we're going to need 200 milligrams of THC total, or 20 milliliters of infused tincture. To start, we're going to add a cup and a quarter of sugar to our mixing bowl. Then we're going to pour the tincture over the top of it, and we're going to start to mix. And you want to mix until everything's smooth and there's no lumps. And it may at first seem like that's never going to happen, but I promise it will. And then it should feel like wet sand to the touch when it's ready to go. Then we're going to go ahead and dump that onto a foil-lined baking sheet and try to spread everything out as evenly as possible with no holes in the sugar. Then we're going to throw it into the oven at 235 degrees for about 40 minutes, or until you can see that the moisture has started to leave the sugar. You can really tell that it's done if you can do this with a spatula. This one definitely shows that the moisture's out, but you can burn it, so make sure you keep an eye on it. This is about perfect. And then we're going to take our sugar and we're going to... God damn it. We're going to dump most of it into this bowl, and then we're going to actually do our best to try to get this little bit of sugar picked up. Normally, if you were just making something without cannabis in it, then you could probably just throw this away, but I'm going to do my best here to pick up as much as possible. Then we're going to set it to the side. For the dough, we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of flour, a cup of almond flour, half a cup of powdered sugar, and the zest of a lemon. Then we're going to whisk everything together till it's nice and incorporated. We're going to add 6 tablespoons of butter and mix it with your hands because it's fun until a ball of dough appears. And now let's talk spring-form pans, gang. So this is a spring-form pan, kinda doesn't have the bottom. This is what you need to make a cheesecake and make it all pretty, but I can't find the bottom to mine right now, so we're gonna have to improvise because I can't use this thing. So what we're gonna use instead is this pie tin, and it's not quite gonna be a cheesecake. It's gonna be like a cheese pie, but I think it's gonna work. I don't know. I hope it works. So we'll see. So now we're gonna take some butter, and we're gonna grease up the inside of our pie pan. Then we're gonna evenly spread out our dough and make sure you walk it up the walls, make sure everything's nice and even. And then once you're happy with it, then we're gonna get a fork, and we are going to place some evenly spaced out holes into the bottom. Then we're going to throw this into the freezer for 15 minutes while we let our oven preheat to 350. And after 12 minutes in there, you should see the edges are just starting to turn golden brown. And now we'll set it to the side to cool while we make our cheesecake filling. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing for the first time over in the Cannabis Kitchen, the beast that I inherited from my great-grandma, Jesse. And to that beast, we are going to add 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 2 teaspoons of flour, and then we are going to add the sugar that we infused with cannabis earlier. And it's going to be a little awkward because I have never actually had to film around the stand mixer before. And then we're going to mix that up for about 4 minutes on whatever your lowest setting is. And then after that, we're going to scrape the sides down into the rest of the mix. We'll add about 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract, another lemon's worth of zest, and then we'll add our first egg. We'll start to spin it again. And then once that egg is completely incorporated into the mix, then we'll add our next egg, and we'll do that for the rest of the eggs. So once that second one is done, then we'll add the third, and then you guessed it, once that one's in there, we will add the fourth. And then once that's mixed in all the way, then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1/4 cup of sour cream. We'll mix that all up again until it's nice and smooth, at which point we will start to pour that into our crust. Then we're going to throw that into the oven at 325 degrees for about 40 minutes, or until the center reads 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we will kill the heat on the oven, let it sit in there for another hour with the door open, and then we'll set it on a cooling rack like this to cool off, and then we will throw it in the refrigerator overnight. Good morning, I'm ready to eat my cheesecake, and I've decided that I want to make a lemon whipped cream to go with it. So I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, a teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract, and then you could hit it with a whisk here, whether that be mechanically or attached to your strong arm, or you could just take an emulsion blender like this and just blend it all up in like 30 seconds. It's amazing. And there you go. That's whipped cream, baby. And next we're going to stick our whipped cream into a plastic baggie because I also realized that I don't have any frosting bags and this entire episode has just been one giant lesson in improvisation anyway. And then I'm going to try to not make this very ugly while I cut it up. And if you remember, we're going to try to cut this up into 10 evenly sized slices because we have 200 milligrams of THC total, and we are looking to get 20 milligrams of THC into each one of these slices. And you see, I'm having some difficulty cutting this with this butter knife. Normally, if we were able to use our springform pan, we'd be able to pull this thing out of that springform pan and cut it up with like some floss, and it would be able to look much more pretty, but we're gonna make this work. And now we're gonna take this out with a butter knife, and to be honest with you, this isn't a bad looking piece of pie right here. So then we're gonna take our whipped cream, make it all nice and pretty, throw a little lemon wedge on there for a garnish, and there you have it, baby, a beautiful cannabis infused lemon cheesecake. All right, everybody, that is it for our lemon cheesecake kind of thing that we made. Don't know where the bottom of my springform pan is still, and I don't know that I'm ever gonna find it. But I'm glad that the pie tin worked out. If you want to learn more about the math that we use in all of these videos, then definitely go to thecannabiskitchen.net. Go to the dosage page and fill out the form, and you will receive your free ebook copy of the Cannabis Kitchen's Helpful Friendly Dosage Book. In it, you will find all sorts of example problems on how to make any cannabis-infused recipe at your own home. Also, if you are in the Instagrams, tag me, the.cannabis.kitchen. And I want to see what you made. If you made any of our recipes, that'd be cool. Or if you just used the dosage book to make your own recipe at home, then show it off. All right, that's all. Love you guys. See you next time.